us want to learn how to be a better trainee? Anybody? I see Jane shaking her head. Yes, she's raising the roof. Let's see. How many others? Who? Oh, I see Frederick. I see Scott with a finger up. Lisa, Gilda. Great.
And
All of us.
Michael, woo!
All right. We all want to learn how to be better trainees. We all want to know how to be part of this mission to changing other people's lives. We have some housekeeping items, but at the same time, growth items. Every single day, we have an opportunity to change who we are. Who I was 10 years ago when I started is not the same person I am today. Who I was 3 years ago when the pandemic was going on is not the same person I am today, because every single day I'm focusing on growth and focusing on changing things. So tonight we get a chance to all grow together. And how to be a trainee starts from a simple script called the Ethor. And Jane is going to help me out tonight with tonight's training. One, because she brings so much value on the phone and to her clients, and as well as the people she's bringing on board. She's got so many people in her family in business with her on this mission. But I want to hear from Ate Jane, as we call her. How do you set up an appointment?
So first of all, number one is to be coachable and to listen to my trainer and follow everything that they say. And if anyone has any issues with age, with degrees, with where you're at in life, you need to throw that away, you know? And when you come to this business, especially if you want to win, you need to remain coachable and you need to be respectful, not only, for your trainer's time, but also value your time as well. Because as you value your mentor's time, people will value your time as well. And I've actually learned that along the way. And so here you have the general script. Hi, um, hi, Jessica. This is Jane. Let me tell you why I was calling. I don't know if you've heard, but I am transitioning into the financial industry and I just started in a financial organization. I'm really excited. I'm in their training program, which includes getting licensed through the state, and I need 10 appointments on Zoom. I don't know if you remember, or you can say, I don't know if you remember that I told you I had transitioned into the financial industry. I am really excited. I'm on a run for my next promotion, which includes 10 training appointments on Zoom. So this is very generalized, okay? You need to cater it to your personality and to yourself. So how did I do this? I said, Kat, I don't talk like this. People are going to think that I'm really weird, like when I talk to them. And so the way we did it was, it depended on, number one, who I was calling, and we role played over and over. And then we changed a little bit of things. And that's why I say do this with your trainer, because it also has to be acceptable. It also has to be, we also need to make sure we're still in alignment with what we do. So if, for example, if I called a nurse, which is my warm market, which is, mainly who I call, other than family, I'll tell you my family one, and then I'll tell you the nurse one, so this is just one. I'm Hazeline. I just wanted you to know that I recently got promoted to the #1 division of the financial industry. And I just reinstated my license. I'm in the training program, just like how we are in nursing. We have clinicals, and I need 10 qualified appointments on Zoom. It would only be about 30-45 minutes of your time. Would you be my #1? Or I would tell them, hey, I got 3 appointments down. Could you be my #4? And, I just played with it. It ended up becoming really, really fun. So then the next step with setting the appointment is giving credibility to your trainer. And this is where it is very, very important that you really stick with what we're supposed to do, because this is what's going to give value of the time. And I've seen it to where it all crumbled, when you don't do it right. Why? Because I was new at one point, of course. And so one of the things that I do when I give credibility for Jessica is, okay, I just want to let you know that this is professional. And this is, we do need to keep up with our time, because Jessica, she is highly sought out in the financial industry. Prior to this, she was a chief financial officer for a production company where she held concerts for Snoop Dogg and Fergie. And every time I say that, they're like, wow. And I'm like, yes. So I really value her time. I'm actually very honored and privileged that she's going to help me with my training. So being that, as you know, you have to keep your time and you have to be on time for work. This is the same thing. If anything comes up, please let me know a day ahead of time or as early as possible, so that I can let her know. But it's very, very important that we keep the schedule. I value your time as much as you value mine. So let's just have a successful journey with this together. And every time I say that, 100% of the time, things happen that way. If something comes up, they let me know. With Josh, I say, with his, I'm, you're going to meet with my trainer. He's highly sought out for. He was the youngest, fastest growing vice president of Wells Fargo. And now he's in this industry and everyone wants to get on his schedule, and I just say, and I tell them the same thing, that it's very hard to get on his schedule. He has been elected as rookie of the year. He has been on so many promotions. He has received so many promotions that to get on his schedule is very difficult. And I say the same thing that I say, with Jessica, that, to try and keep the appointment, that it's very, very important to keep it and to let them know, like, if anything changes, just let me know ahead of time, you know? And so going on with the script, so my suggestion to you is, we've gone through this script many, many times, you know, is anytime you're about to make a call, and I still do it today. I still do it today, where if I have a certain special person that I need to set an appointment with, I say, Kat, Josh, or Jessica, I have this person. This is how they are. This is my personality. And they literally cater that conversation so that we can create a successful and get that appointment set. And let me tell you, 99.99% of the time, I get that appointment. Okay, so we can go to the next slide. So
Absolutely. I just want to quickly add a couple of things. If you notice that Jane catered things to that, it didn't sound so mechanical. It sounded fluid. It sounded something like that fit her personality and what people knew her as. But she's still really stuck with several things. What does Ethor stand for? I'm excited. I'm in training. I need your help. I value your opinion and I'm looking for referrals. And literally the same things that she was saying, but ultimately she is course correcting and checking every step of the way with her trainer as to what to say, or is this okay to say, to get those course corrections. But that was great. Thanks, Jane. So
yes, and I want to add to that too. You just reminded me, Jessica, is every appointment is going to be approached differently. Okay. And how we say talk to everybody, and we kind of feel for people, maybe you approach this person because you had a conversation and you saw that there was a need. Maybe you're not sure this is somebody new that you just met and you came from a training, help with the training approach. There's going to be different approaches every time. And like I said, always go to your coach, and talk to them about it before you set that appointment. And so the other thing I wanted to add is confirmation of the appointment. When you're setting that confirmation and you're repeating it, I also text message, the person right after, and I tell them, okay, here's the date, this is the time, just so you know, like if you set the appointment like a week ahead of time, or even 3 weeks or a month ahead of time, I let them know, hey, is it okay if I confirm and remind you on a weekly basis, being that it's so far out, I just want to make sure that we remember, this appointment, or just to keep you updated and keep in touch in case anything changes. So that's another thing is make sure you look at the time that you set the appointment, and especially if you set, I was talking to Jessica about this. Let's just say you made phone calls and the appointment is the next day. I want to ask you guys right now, anyone can just go ahead and go. If I'm setting an appointment today for tomorrow, how would you confirm that appointment? Any volunteers, or do you want to be voluntold?
So you said, sorry, I multitask for cooking. If you, I'm just being honest, if you make an appointment and then it's for the next day, how do you confirm?
Yes.
You will follow up text. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so, as we, had a conversation earlier. It's want to confirm tomorrow morning at X, Y, and Z. You're going to be there. In a nutshell, yes or no. And I've learned, I saw how Jessica sends an email to the client and gives you the option to also, yes, you're attending. I'm not for sure if everybody does it, but I like the fact that Jessica sends another calendar invite. So it's 2 reminders. It's 2 touch points that you have an appointment and it's already on their calendar. If you have an iPhone, Google, or Obama phone, whatever it is, there's extra touch points. So confirm the night before.
Yes, that's great, Brittany. Yes, so we want everyone to get in the habit of confirming their appointment the night before. And what I also do that is extra, and I hope everyone jumps on board, because we want everyone to be in alignment, is because it's set for the next day. And I've had this happen before where they've canceled. Is I'll set the appointment for the following day, and at 7 a.m. I have my alarm clock on, and I will confirm that appointment, just to confirm and make sure that it is still going on and that we're still having it. Because if I could give Josh a little bit of time, or Jessica a little bit of time where they need to, work on something else, I'll do that, because we're valuing their time. And being that we set that appointment the following day, I understand that it's difficult, to set that confirmation. Yes, you're going to set that confirmation as you're talking to them on the phone. But it's being that it's the following day, that whole rule of setting it the day before can kind of become difficult. So a good thing to do, good rule of thumb to do, is like at 7:00 a.m. the following day is confirm again. That way we can let our trainers know whether it's confirmed or canceled.
Awesome. Absolutely. So yeah, as we are building and our calendars are getting busy as the trainers, as your calendar is going to get busy as the next wave of trainers, you're going to appreciate having those appointments confirmed the day before or first thing in the morning, because then you are able to pivot your calendar to either fill it with another appointment, or you're entering an app, or you're running illustrations, or it's an extra hour with your family. Like, literally think about these different opportunities and valuing your time, our time, or everyone's time, to, and that person that you are getting on an appointment, valuing their time as well. And definitely that way we all work toward together and being alignment, like Jane said. This is one of the things that we are working on, as far as, having access to the trainers' calendars, knowing when we're available, things like that. The best advice that I can give you, and this is like, it took me a while because I'm a very structured person. I need to know what my calendar looks like. And that was from day one. And I never knew what my trainer's calendar looked like or availability. But know this: 1, you're going to have a trainer. 2, It may be Josh, it may be Jessica, it may be Jane. Oh, sorry, Jane. It may be Melinda. It could be one of the other certified trainers. But what helps Josh understand who to match that appointment up with, if it's not him, is a text message with as much details as possible. One, is it a training appointment? Did you eat for them? Two, was it a one-on-one? Or are we doing an interview because they went to a BPM or they saw the video? Like, being very, very clear and specific as to what those are. A training appointment, just to make sure everyone's clear, is we're doing a financial needs analysis for the client. A one-on-one is a recruiting appointment. Obviously, an interview is a recruiting appointment following a video, following the BPM. Date, time. We are across 3 time zones. Actually, I think we have gone into Hawaii. So we're across 4 time zones, and Hawaii is a couple time zones or hours behind California. Please be specific as far as where they are, so that we are making sure that it gets in the calendar at the right time. Name of person, phone number, email address, all of these things help us. But the details are put macho bad, married, age, children, homeowner, occupation, business owner, ambitious, satisfied, anything that you can give us there. Because if it's a nurse, or let's say a head of a hospital, if it's a head of a hospital, we want to match that up with Melinda, right? If it's a VP out of a bank, Josh is definitely going to be the right fit for that one. If somebody's in the tax industry or an accountant, usually those get matched up with me. So those details really help us understand. So don't worry about, is the calendar available? Just book the appointment, and Josh will figure it out, match it out, and let you know. Text this to your trainer and your SMD. So sometimes I'm added on group chats or things like that. We all get a chance to see that, so we can all help you in making sure those get on the calendar and get matched up. So again, Jane was talking about the confirmation, just to re-edify that confirmation of the appointment the day before, utilizing edification. So just like we were just talking about texting with all those details so we know who to match it up, sometimes that edification, you're just generalizing edification. We're not going to be specific, or we could be, unless we know for sure. It would not look good or professional if you edify Josh and this face shows up. Or vice versa. You edify me and Josh shows up there. It sets off the appointment to an interesting conversation. Like, you don't look like Josh, or, but making sure that the generalized edification, these are some of the examples being on an appointment. As you can see these examples, these will help you when it's the edifying generally. Like, one of the biggest generalizations that you could do is, I'm in training, I need your help, right? I'm going to book you an appointment with my trainer. My trainer's schedule is extremely busy. We'll be lucky to get into their calendar, but they are one of the best in the industry. I'm really excited to get to learn from them, right? These are on the appointment general edification, but literally that sets the tone. The fact that you're talking about that time, you're valuing your trainer's time, you're valuing their time, but talking about how they are one of the best in the industry. Now, I think we all can agree what we have is the best in the industry. So if someone is presenting that information to your appointment, they are getting the best of the industry. So that's the mindset through that. Again, this is valuing your time, their time, and we set the tone. And I'm going to say that when we set that appointment, we literally set the tone. If we don't value our time, the person we set the appointment up with, our trainer, is not going to value our time. When we value our time, when we have trust, that person trusts you. It all flows and plays into that appointment to set it up for a well appointment. I'm getting messages and people talking about, do I know professional artists? Because all of a sudden Jane tells everybody that I've done concerts for all these people. Yes, I did know some of them, but I didn't have their phone numbers. But so going on to the next thing, all of us have had a chance to go into the field with Josh, right? Josh is not the person who brought me into the business, but Josh and Kat are the reasons why I'm still here today. So sometimes I tell my personal story, and that's the other thing. When it comes to edification, you want to give them the details, the backgrounds, and all of those different things. But if you can add a personal touch of how he personally educated you or personally changed your life, that just adds another layer of trust. But this script is literally a quick, easy version. Anytime that we have a new trainee, this is a script that I text out to the new trainee. I want to thank Josh. Why are we thanking Josh for his time? Because if you thank your trainee, the trainee is like, oh yeah, I did you a favor. No, we want to make sure that we're thanking the trainer for their time. I want to thank Josh for his time today away from his family to be here with me during my training. I'm excited to learn from him because he is one of the top trainers of the entire company. A little bit about his background. Although he is a man of faith and a family man, he has more than 20 years experience in the industry. 10 years of it, which he spent at Wells Fargo as the youngest, fastest growing executive, whereas Jane introduces him as the VP, youngest, fastest growing VP. He transitioned here with our firm about 10 years ago because he was called to serve families through financial education and expanding his agency across the country. I'm grateful to learn from him today as I get a chance to see you learn from him as well. And then Josh or your trainer gets on the appointment and they thank your training or your appointment for their time. It comes full circle. Now I can't do the next one.
I got this. So I love this. I had the opportunity to also be on a lot of training appointments with Jessica. And so here's her script. And I hope you guys are all taking screenshots of this because believe me, be ready because it may be either or, and you may even get Melinda one day, who knows? But this is what I would say. I want to thank Jessica Sittler for her time today away from her family to be here with me during my training. I am excited to learn from her because she is one of the top trainers in the entire company. In fact, her and her husband received Rookie of the Year. She also was the top sorry. She was also the top marketing director in her division this last convention. A little bit about her background is that although she is a woman of faith, a wife and mother of two, she has more than 15 years experience in the industry. 10 years ago, she came on board with the company as a referral partner and transitioned full time when she became a widow. We call her the tax guru on the team to help families find tax loopholes to get ahead, always priding herself in the education of families and helping them out financially. I am grateful for a chance to learn from her today as I get a chance to see you learn from her as well. So this is a generalization, like as I said earlier, because I know Jessica a little bit more personal and I know her background, I do add that she was previous to this, that she was a chief financial officer and that she had worked for a production company. And I think the reason why I added that is my market is the nursing community. So they know what chief financial officer is. And that's why it was very important for me to add that because it's wording that they understand.
Absolutely. And like we said, you might get a chance to go into the field with Melinda or another trainer. So like Jane said, take screenshots of these. And because Jane has been personally into the field with Melinda, I'm going to let her go over this one.
Yes. If you guys get a chance, I just want to encourage you. Like Melinda is just, oh my gosh, she is so great in the field. So if you can find somebody that you can match her up with, I truly encourage you guys to find that person. So as I edified her, this is what this is the actual script that Josh sent me. And I'll tell you a little bit of what I added. But before we get started, I'd like to introduce you to Melinda. Melinda has been in the financial industry for 15 years. She is very, very highly sought after. She is an absolute expert at what she does and has been able to help thousands of people in the medical industry be able to retire and have financial peace of mind. Not only was Melinda a nurse and a nurse practitioner, but she is also the first female African American CEO, making history in our company, WFG, and she's been able to transform communities and give them financial education. She also has her MBA, and she is also leading the medical industry and going from healthcare to wealth care. Thank you, Melinda, for taking the time to share your knowledge and helping me with my training. I'm so excited that now I'd like to introduce you formally to Melinda Blue Taylor. And, one of the big things that I want to tell you is this isn't exactly word for word, and I kind of like made it my own, but this is the basis of it. But from this, and I took a screenshot of it, Melinda posted on GroupMe and she said, Jane has truly learned the value of leverage, and giving value to the person. And she basically said, and this is why I want to bring this up because, Jessica can't say this because she's the trainer. But one of the things that she said is it makes it so much easier for the trainer when the trainee gives value to the coach. It makes it easier because, and I saw that because we give value to Jessica, to Josh, to Melinda, you will see the person that you set this appointment with treat them differently. Mm-hmm. And we're going to go through other slides that will talk about the importance of that.
Absolutely. Could you guys imagine if someone got on the appointment as a trainer and this didn't happen and they're doing this? What kind of appointment that would be? Kind of sets the tone wrong, right? I only say that we've had some interesting times and everything, but like Jane just said, Melinda said, this sets the tone. This definitely makes a difference when it really, that trust is transferred. It's all downhill when this happens, because then we just take it over and do what's duplicatable, because what we're trying to do is duplicate ourselves into the next generation. So just imagine if this didn't happen. Imagine the trainee sits there and doesn't edify or introduce the person that's in front of them. When we start doing the trust, respect, customize, it's like pulling teeth, like they're at a dentist appointment almost. No one wants to be at a dentist and getting their cavities filled. And so, but this really starts to bring down the walls and helps to connect those people. But definitely, as Jane was just saying, there is some other etiquettes and everything. As a trainee, the links are, I'm just going to say this. We've already said the calendar is very, very busy. Sometimes the links are just not sent out until the time of the appointment. Again, there's certain things that we could improve, yes, but there's times I'm still on an appointment and I'm literally sending the link out for the next appointment while they're sitting in the waiting room and wrapping up the last one. But regardless of that, imagine every hour on the or 15 minutes before every hour getting a text message. Where's the link? Imagine when we're ready for the appointment and the trainee's not there, but the appointment person's there. So think about these things. We only say this because one, we just want you to be aware. The links will be sent out and it could be the last minute before the appointment, but they will be sent out. I promise. Be ready 15 minutes before. Don't be doing your hair on the appointment or whatever it may be. Be ready, be present, be ready to, with notes, like have your paper and pen, have the F&A, have a client intake sheet, like get in the habit of practicing those things, have the TRC, the trust, respect, customize, jot down those questions, or the questions are there, but the answers or maybe the follow-up questions, jot those down. This is the other thing. We're representing a $73 trillion industry. Someone is coming to talk about their money. Do you think they're going to want to open up about their money if we're in sweatpants? Okay, they're not going to see the sweatpants, but what do you call those, wife beaters or tank tops, or I have seen people on trainees with their sports bras. Do you think someone's going to want to do business with that? And the only reason why I said this is because we need to dress to impress. Not just the trainers, not, the trainees bring it and set that tone through everything. They're going to see you. There's a lot of times that, we have, of course, on trainings like this, being logged in, do whatever it takes. You're driving, got it. On an appointment, if you're driving and you're on camera, one, you can't take notes. Two, your appointment's going to see that, right? There's this button, this stop video. This looks much more professional. Oh, don't forget to mute yourself, because if you start having conversations with somebody else, but this is much more professional on an appointment. After you've done that initial introduction, at least pull over, make sure that you have the virtual background safely and do that introduction. And then you can turn off your video and go on about your day. We want you to learn the most out of the appointment. So we want you to be present, but we do understand we have some ninja business people. We have some people that are on here, but doing their work. And we want to be here for whatever it takes to help serve this mission, to go help save families. We want to go make sure that the next widow gets a check, not a pile of bills that she can't pay. We want to make sure that the next child's college education is paid for, regardless if their parents are here or not. We want to make sure that the next family member that doesn't have living benefits on their current policies and something happens, a chronic, critical, terminal, long-term care illness, that they are being taken care of. The bills are being paid. We want to serve this mission with you, alongside with you, locking arms, going after each and every single one of your goals. We want to make sure that we are taking this to the next level together. We want to set the tone. We want to be the best trainees that we can be. And yes, even as a marketing director, yes, as a trainer, I still go in the field to become a trainee, because there's always something new to learn to go to the next level. I can't wait to see each and every single one of you reporting, I closed this piece of business, helped this family, a single mom who has 2 kids, who was just making ends meet, but she saw the value of protection. I just closed this individual, this business person who was looking for extra loopholes, because the tax law is going crazy right now when it comes to being a business owner. When it comes to anything, the tax law is blowing up as we speak. but you were able to help them leverage the tax law to protect their financial future. Or you helped the senior citizen who was getting ready to retire and his pension said, I'm going to give you $3,000 a month for the rest of your life, or was able to protect it from any market loss, that the beneficiaries get to be added, the spouse gets 100% of that check, whatever it may be. We want to be a part of those stories with you. We want to make sure that every single time we get on an appointment, that they close because they see the value that you're bringing to their doors, because they prayed for you and you picked up that phone and you started the conversation off right. I'm so excited to be a part of this journey. I'm so excited and can't wait to hear what Josh and Kat have to share with us next, bringing all this news from Jamaica, bringing all this heat from Jamaica, maybe a tan or two, we don't know, but they are going to come back. They're going to bring all these nuggets for us to learn to go to the next level, because we're going to enter the next level academy as a team. We're going to blow the doors open for Pinnacle, and we're going to be saying Envision is here and we're coming and we're taking over Cabo. Josh and Kat are working so hard to becoming executive marketing directors. They're so close to being CEOs. We just have to go after our goals and dreams. Your goals and dreams are valuable. Your goals and dreams are worth it. And we are going to go get them together.
Yes, and everyone, especially Jessica's team, we need to push her to SMD. We need to push her to SMD. She has worked so hard for us. Frederick, I am so proud of you. I have seen such a change in you ever since we've been doing those SMD meetings, and I want you to keep it up. Same with Scott. Scott has some new license agents on his team, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that is so awesome, Scott. Stephanie, whoo, this girl. she's like following after Comfort, always meeting people. And I'm like, Josh, what's so amazing about Stephanie is she is setting appointments with all these people she is just barely meeting, with all these strangers. She met the person in the crosswalk. And Brittany, you are doing so amazing, as a single mom, keep it up. There's a lot of people hearing you out, like her. She has a whole entire industry of the community that's coming to her, asking her for help. And then Gilda, you are such a firecracker. Oh my goodness. I see you just growing fast. We see you as somebody that we can utilize in the Latino community. I can't wait. I've been hearing a lot of good things about you, and I'm like, wow, this lady is very, very special. Bethuel, oh my goodness, you are so awesome. Thank you for everything that you do, and welcome back. I can't wait to see you win. Lisa and Mike, we talk about you all the time. We talk about you, Christina, and we're just so proud of what you guys are doing. We love the innocence. And we love just the pure transparency, and we can't wait for you to win. And we just love how loyal you are, And Lowell, I love the funny stories, and I love seeing your growth as well. We know Jessica, but also you're going through your journey, and you're growing too. And Patty and Israel, I love you guys. I can't wait to see you guys come on board more often. We've always seen the both of you as a power couple, and I really can't wait to see you guys really take over the industry, and to also seek your help for the Latino community. And we have Malachi here, who is just growing and growing and growing, not just, as a man, but also in the business and in the industry. And, I can't wait to see you win. And Victoria, I don't know if you can hear me, but Sister Victoria is on here. She is on her way and getting licensed. And what's wonderful is she's getting licensed, and we're helping her build her team. Pastor Festus is right under her, and then we're signing up Pastor Fred and his wife this Saturday, and that's part of her team. And we also have the entire church BPM this Saturday. And so, Sunday. So, good things and great things and big things are happening. And that is why, although very simple and basic with the training tonight, it is very important that we all, really catch on to this. Why? Because we see everyone growing. We see this team just exploding. And you know what? Eric is watching us. Melinda has her finger on us, and they talk about us all the time. They're actually focusing and honing on our team, and they really want to see us win. And that's why we're just trying to tighten everything up, because pretty soon later on, Josh and Jessica are going to be so busy, we're going to have to lead our own teams. And we see the potential and the possibility in each and every one of you. This is our core. This is our foundation. What did Paul Hart talk about today? The original builders. He said the original builders. We are the original builders of Envision.
Yep.
So I want you guys to all think about that. So I want you guys to get out there. I want you to remember this moment, because you're going to be walking across that stage at convention. Who knows? Maybe even at Wealth Bowl. So congratulations to each and every one of you for being here. It takes some time, and it takes some effort, and it takes a lot of spirituality to continue and to be here and to go on. So I just want to congratulate each and every one of you, because you guys are all winners.
Awesome. Everyone, thank you for being on. We're excited to see this growth in the team and working alongside you. Have a good night.